Welcome to version 1.1, panning the graph screen. To begin with, from the main menu, I touch Equations and Graphs. When I do that, of course, it brings me to the Equations and Graphs editor, where I will need to enter some functions. I'm going to enter for my first function, sine of x, and for my second function, the natural log of x, minus 4. Now let's just say I'd like to know if these two functions intersect, and if they do, approximately where does that happen? So I begin by just touching Graph, and of course the two functions are displayed in the standard window. The red function here is the sine function. It's listed for me on the top. It tells me it's in y1. And the blue line here, of course, is the natural log function. It's in y2, it's the natural log of x minus 4. I can clearly see that these two functions do not intersect inside this standard window. However, I do believe they will intersect if I could slide the screen further to the right. In the past, there was no way to slide the screen. I would simply have to go to the window settings, type in some new values for the x minimum and the x maximum, and hope that my intersection falls within those two bounds. However, now I can just touch the screen with my finger and drag it over. I can still double tap the screen, and when I do, it centers and zooms in on the spot that I double tap. However, now you'll notice I could just slide the screen over to get to this point, so I don't have to go to the window settings necessarily. I can just drag the screen with my finger, slide it over, and then once I see the point I can double tap on it. One new feature of version 1.1 is that if I just touch the screen and hold my finger down, you'll see that it evaluates the functions at the point that I touch. So I got pretty close here. You can see that these two values are not very far apart. They're only 1,000th apart. And so just by touching this point right here and holding my finger down, it did evaluate both functions. So I would feel pretty confident saying that I have found the point of intersection. Of course, if I wanted to, I could go to the menu, I can choose Calculations, I could find the point where two functions intersect, and I could enter a lower and upper bound. And from looking at this, I should probably enter 22 to 24, and let's go ahead and do that. So I've entered 22, and I'm going to enter 24. I press Calculate, and you see that it does tell me that the intersection happens. It's a little more accurate than me just touching the screen, not by much though. It was 23.0325. I think we had 23.031. So we were pretty close just by touching the screen. But these are new features of the version 1.1. I can simply touch the screen and slide my finger to slide the screen however I want. I can just slide it any way I want to slide it now. I don't have to go back into the window settings. And this ends the session on panning the graph screen.